A very good evening to all of you. Today we are going to organize the 17th study circle. In today's study circle, we welcome our esteemed speaker, Mrs. Ankira Sanyal, Librarian, Sarojini Naidu College for Women, Dumdum, Kolkata. And the session will preside over by Dr. Pronobi Porel. Let me introduce Dr. Porel. Dr. Porel is presently working as librarian in Rabindra Mahavidyalaya, situated at Champadanga, Hooghly. She completed her BLIS and MLIS from Jadavpur University, and she did PhD also from Jadavpur University under the supervision of Professor Udayan Bhattacharya. Her areas of interest, research interest are data and archive, classification and cataloging, management, information retrieval, and web page design. Dr. Porel has published so many research papers in international and national peer-reviewed journals. She has attended so many international and national conferences, seminar workshops as part of academic activities. I would request Dr. Porel to take charge the session. Madam, please.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Audible.
Thank you, Tanushree, for introducing me. Today the speaker, Srimati Ankira Sanyal, is currently working as a librarian in Sarojini Naidu College for Women, affiliated to West Bengal State University, Barasat. She has completed her MPhil from Jadavpur University. She has published 7 articles in various national and international conferences and 3 papers in peer-reviewed journal. Now I want to request Srimati Ankira Sanyal to session. Please, Ankira.
Thank you, Pronobi madam. Hello, everyone. A very good evening to all of you. I share my screen, okay? Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. So now I am going to present my lecture on importance of n-gram analysis in library and information science, a case study with the concept of gender spectrum in front of you. Google Book was launched in October 2004 as a service provided by Google Inc. They scanned a huge number of books and magazines and stored them in their digital database by using OCR technology. Optical character recognition is a technology which allows converting different types of documents captured by a digital camera into editable and searchable data. The Google Book Ngram Viewer was developed by John Ornt and Will Brockman, and it was released in mid-December 2010. Google Book Ngram Viewer is an online search engine which depicts its result in graphical form. It charts words frequencies from a large corpus of books that were printed between the year 15,000 to 2019. The tool generates charts by dividing the number of a word's yearly appearances by the total number of words in the corpus in that year. Here, anyone can search any set of comma-delimited search string using a yearly count of grams found in sources printed between 15,000 and 2019. There are various Google text corpora. In this program, searching of a single word or phrase can be done. It is by default case sensitive and can search misspelling also. Result is plotted on a graph when it finds 40 or more books in a selected corpus. There are some advanced characteristics of searching in Google Book Ngram Viewer, which are wildcard search, inflection search, case insensitive search, and part of speech search. Now, I am showing you working strategy in Ngram. But firstly, I am showing you one searching result of Google Book Ngram Viewer, then coming to the working strategy. Actually, this is the picture and this is the result. When you enter phrases into the Google Books Ngram Viewer, it displays a graph showing how those phrases have occurred in a corpus of books. Here, x-axis depicts year and y-axis depicts percentage of keywords in Google sample of books which are the target keyword. So you understand how can we get result from Google Book Ngram Viewer. Now moving to the previous slide. Here there are different things through which we can understand the working strategy in Ngram. First is year. At the time of searching, year terms were given to the box. Generally, it provides the result from the year 1500 to 2019. Next is corpora. Now coming to this point, corpora. Till now, there are mainly 12 corporas and some extension of these corporas. All corpora were generated in July 2009, July 2012 and February 2020. These are corporas. All corporas were generated in that time. 12 corporas are English 2019. Actually, within 2009, 2012 and 2019, English, Russian, American English, British English, Spanish, Chinese, English fiction, French, German, Hebrew and Italian. All these are present. And English 1 million is up to 2009. Here, American English corpora represent books predominantly in the English language which were published in the United States. British English corpora represent books predominantly in the English language which were published in Great Britain. English corpora represent books predominantly in the English language published in any country. English fiction corpora represents books predominantly in the English language that a library or publisher identified as fiction. And English 1 million corpora represents the Google million. All are in English with dates ranging from 1500 to 2009. No more than about 6,000 books were chosen from any 1 year. Chinese corpora represent books predominantly in simplified Chinese scripts. French corpora represents in the French language as well as German, Hebrew, Italian, Russian, Spanish, all are represent books predominantly in the respective language. Corporas are mainly 3 versions. Previously, I am said that English 2009, 2012 and 2019. Compared to the 2009 version to the 2012 and 19 versions have more books, improved OCR technology, improved library and publishers metadata. Now I am coming to the point searching strategy. There are some advanced characteristics of searching present at Google Books Ngram Viewer, which are wildcard search, inflection search, case insensitive search, and part of speech search. I will come here after some time because I will show you all various types of searching strategies. Now I am come to the point smoothing. Smoothing means data is viewed as a moving average. A smoothing of 1 means the data shown for 1950 will be an average of the raw count for 1950 plus 1 value on either side. Then what will be the data for 1950? Count for 1949 plus 50 plus 51 divided by 3. So a smoothing of 10 means 21 values will be averaged. A smoothing of 0 means no smoothing at all, just raw data. Now, before coming to the next slide, I want to say that I made a study on gender spectrum. Various gender-related terms were there, so I am showing you various features of Ngram with those terms as far as possible. Now, coming to the next slide. This slide represents the frequency of occurrence of terms. I have taken 3 terms: lesbian, transgender, and bisexual, as I had made this study on gender spectrum. So, this slide represents the frequency of occurrence of terms lesbian, transgender, and bisexual in the corpora named English fiction, and date was from 1500 to 2019. Here date is given, English fiction corpora is given, and these 3 terms were given, and this is the result. And results show there are popular term in lesbian other than transgender and bisexual. In the next slide, here the graphical representation is changed as I made a change in the string value. Here I changed the date. The date was from 1950 to 2019. Look, on the previous slide, here date was given 1500 to 2019. And for 1500 to 1900, more or less it was blank because these terms were not found any books or documents. But after 1950, it was starting. On the next slide, I am showing you the data from 1950 to 2015. Now, in this slide, I had made a change in the corpus. Strings are same. I had made the change in corpus. Corpus is only English 2019. Here, result is given from books predominantly in the English language published in any country. Graph is changed for the same terms as I change the corpus. Here also I made a change in the corpus. I have select American English and date is from 1950 to 2019. This is the data of American English literature. This is the data of British English. This is the data of English 1 million. I have changed here on the corpus. Now I am coming to the point searching strategy. Previously I mentioned that there are some advanced characteristics of searching present at Google Books Ngram Viewer, which are case insensitive, wildcard, inflection, and part of speech. Case insensitivity describes a programming language inability to distinguish between upper and lowercase versions of a letter in the language character set. For example, the letter small c is considered to be the same as the letter capital C, even though internally the computer sees a small c as 99 and a capital C as 67, because to a machine values are different. Now, what I am trying to say that by default, the Ngram viewer perform case-sensitive searches. Capitalization matters, but you can perform a case-insensitive search by selecting the case-insensitive checkbox to the right of the query. For example, see the picture. Here I am giving the term bisexual. I am searching bisexual as a small and as a capital letter. The result is given bisexual all. Same result. That means it proves it gives case insensitive result. Now, here I am showing you that this is the case sensitive result when I have not checked the box case insensitive. Here, one graph is given for bisexual and another blue graph, almost nil percentage, is given on capital letter, because in books, small letter bisexual words are predominant than capital letter bisexual. That's why it gives this result. Previously, it was case insensitive result, and when I check the box case insensitive, and now this is the case sensitive result. Now I am coming to the next slide. Here I am showing you wildcard searching. Here we can find different results as I change terms in sensitive form. Wildcards are special characters that can stand in for unknown characters in a text value and are handby for locating multiple items with similar but not identical data. Wildcard can also help with getting data based on a specified pattern match. For example, I am given here University of. In the search box, I am giving University of. Now, it provides the result. University of California, Chicago, and all these universities. So, Google Books Ngram Viewer can perform wildcard searching also. Now, this is the inflection searching. You can search it by appending _INF to an ngram. For instance, searching book _INF a tour. It result for book, booked, books and booking. Book a tour, booked a tour, booking a tour, books a tour. This is the inflection search. And last, I am showing you the part of speech searching. We all know that there are 8 parts of speech, which are noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. Here I am giving the string as bisexual _noun. Look at the search box. Bisexual _verb, bisexual _adj, adj for adjective, adv for adverb, pron for pronoun. Now it is showing the result bisexual as a word of adjective, adverb, noun, and verb, and ngrams not found as pronoun. So it also gives us a result part of speech searching. Till now, I am talking about ngram and its function. Now I am coming to the point that why ngram analysis result is important in library and information science. I had made a case study with the term gender spectrum. Gender spectrum is an umbrella term. It describes gender as its own. It cannot establish the gender male and female as polar opposite. Gender spectrum includes all the gender present in our society. LGBTQIA is an acronym, stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, and asexual. In 6 September 2018, Supreme Court declares that gay marriage is legal and it's natural. People have no control over it. So being a library professional, I make a study. In the first stage, I have collected various authentic lists on LGBT. Now, the lists are Amnesty International USA is a profit-making organization, published a list named LGBTQI Glossary. UC Davis, the University of California Davis, is a public research university, published a list named LGBTQIA. LGBT Resource Center of USA published a list named LGBTQI Terminology. Stonewall is the Scottish Government Consultation Act for the Trans Equality in Scotland. They published a list named Glossary of Terms. Australian Institute of Family Studies, the Australian government, published a list named LGBTQA+, and many others lists. I have consulted various authentic published lists and prepared a list of keywords. under the umbrella term gender spectrum. Then in the second stage, collection of author keywords was done based on article wrote on social and political viewpoint. Here Duach, MRL, Taylor and Francis Chester were consulted. In the third stage, a consolidated list had been prepared by consulting above two lists. Wildcard cataloging database have been consulted to see the literary warrant of the selected concepts. DDC was used to see the reflection of terms in controlled vocabulary and to see the use of frequency of these concepts in literature. Over time, Google Book Ngram Viewer have been consulted. This slide shows terms which were selected. Some terms were eliminated for various reasons, like some terms possess different other meanings rather than the meaning related to LGBT. Specifically, the term gay, G-A-Y, represent the title of the author in many documents rather than the concept gay in LGBT concept. As a result, this study ignored gay. There were some terms for which Ngram was not found, and also there was no or a little literary warrant in Wildcard cataloging database also. Now, in this slide, I am showing you example to show the 0 Ngram value and 0 or little literary warrant in Wildcard database. I was given here the term allosexism and found that for this term, there was no literary warrant and there was no no Ngram value for the term allosexism. Many all other terms were there for where Wildcard given no results and Google Book Ngram here also given the same result. In this slide, I am showing you the comparison of data in 2020 and 2023. Previously, I had made a study in the 2020 in the same concept. I have made this study in 2023. In 2020, for the term bicurious, both the Wildcard and Ngram value were 0. And in 2023, some values are found in both. So it is found that there is a continuous progress of work in Google Book Ngram Viewer. That's why it plotted the result in graph. This is the result of 23, where in Wildcard, I am getting 18 results, and in Google Book Ngram Viewer, some results were present. A small graph. This slide represents comparison of data in corpora, English 2009 and English 2019. In English 2009 corpora, there is no Ngram value for the term bicurious. See here. All corporas are present in Google Book Ngram Viewer. For English 2009 corpora, no Ngram value for bicurious. But when I am coming to the corpora English 2019, there is Ngram value for the term bicurious. That means when new books were added in the database, it is giving the result here. Now, there are some limitations in Google Book Ngram Viewer. First is OCR error for older books. For the online generated documents, there is no problem. It is crystal clear. But for the digitized documents, like old documents, very old documents, some problems are there. I have faced one problem when I search for the term lesbian. Then it shows those books where thespian is also present. But lesbian and thespian are not same concept. That means it cannot distinguish small l and small f for old documents. Second problem is the changes of data in the short period of time because upgradation of the database. Regular upgradation is being done. So changes of data is the problem now. And third is the accuracy is about 95%. Anyone may ask this question that how accurate is this data? Assessing the accuracy of this prediction is difficult, but for modern English, we expect the accuracy to be around 95% as per their declaration. Till now, these are the limitations what I face. Lastly, I can say Google Book Ngram Viewer shows the result of use of increasing and decreasing or moderate frequencies of the concepts in literature from 1945 to 2019. It allows researchers to examine historical trends and evolution in the use of specific terms and concepts in books. It can visualize data since it displays a graph showing how these phrases have occurred in a corpus of books over the selected years. Graphs and data can be freely used for any purpose. So, in library and information science, we can use Google Book Ngram Viewer result for data consolidation and matching. We can compare and see the popularized term in given time. It is very useful tool to trace the use of frequencies of concepts in literature over time over various corpus. So, in library and information science, Google Book Ngram Viewer has a greater value and we may use this tool. Thank you. And if you have any query, may ask. Hello.
Hello.
Dr. Porel?
Yes. Thank you, Ankira, for your nice presentation. Your topic, the importance of n-gram analysis in library and information science, a case study with concept of gender spectrum. The Google Ngram Viewer or Google Book Ngram Viewer is an online search engine that charts the frequency of any set of search string using the yearly count n-gram found in printed source published. In gender spectrum respected, the three terms you have used, the Ankira used lesbian, transgender, bisexual. The corpora used, there are 4 types of searching. Searching type: case sensitive searching, wildcard searching, searching, part of speech searching. The various comparison of data in 2020 and 2023, the by by curious, the in ngram value and wildcard value, the same result source that is 0, and the limitation Google Book Ngram Viewer, the old document and the change of data. If anyone have any, please ask Ankira. Hello.
কারোর কোনো কোশ্চেন থাকলে প্লিজ আমাদের স্পিকারকে জিজ্ঞেস করতে পারেন।
I think nobody has any questions. So in that case, we proceed.
প্রণবিদি আছেন? প্রণবিদি?
Probably late. Well, Ankira, nice presentation. Now, since Pronobi has left, so
Thank you.
we are proceeding to our next session, that is vote of thanks. And from personal ground, I should say you have made a very good presentation, and the study was very in depth. So I request Tanushree to kindly proceed with vote of thanks.
I have an important announcement. Our next study circle will be on 27th May 2023, and the speaker is Dr. Arijit Das. Now it is the time of formal vote of thanks. At the very beginning, I would like to thank Professor Udayan Bhattacharya, Director of Universal Briefing. I would like to thank Dr. Porel for nicely handling the session. We are thankful to Mrs. Sanyal for her beautiful presentation. We really appreciate her research work. We are very much thankful to Mr. Abhijit Noshkar, member of Universal Briefing, for his technical support. And last but not the least, our audience for attending the study circle. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Now, a formal vote of thanks to you, Tanushree Rakshit Madam. Thank you very much for nicely anchoring the session. So, the session is over right now. We are meeting